Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Rugby League Outlaws, brought to you by ZeroTackle.com and LeagueUnlimited.com. Dan, what a week of footy we have had.
What a positive week, but again, the negative rules all. There's been a farcical situation. The Daly M voting.
Yeah, the Daly M voting is something that we'll
touch on later, but we'll give a little bit of airtime now because it's atrocious. I swear these guys don't watch the game.
Yeah. There's a very good case in point that we know Ruan Sims once didn't watch a game. I don't understand it. I don't understand how a team can lose by 34 and get a Daly M point allocated to them, but a team can lose by 2 and not get any.
Terry, we're not here to present problems without solutions. In fact, I've got a black and white solution for us.
What is it?
No more Daly M's. We're presenting the Toby R's for the Player of the Year.
It's going to be an unbiased opinion on who's going to win that Player of the Year.
Absolutely. It'll be completely private between Terry and me.
Yeah, and we'll announce at the end
of the year.
Yeah, and we'll send them something out.
We'll send them, fingers crossed.
You're going to want to win that.
Absolutely.
Let's talk some real news. Luke Brooks versus Banner. His 150th game, started badly, went badly, ended badly.
I thought it was heaps funny saying, hey, look, it's Luke Brooks trying to beat the defensive line. And about 400 other people did that same joke. So
he actually made a line break.
He did about 30 seconds after. So I had to eat a bit of crow, but then kicked the ball to like New Zealand. So
yeah. Wade Graham and Jesse Bromwich also lost their milestone games this weekend, both racked up 250 games respectively. Jesse Bromwich won club, Wade Graham played about 2 games for Penrith and they want to claim him.
I can't believe how many milestone games the Sharks lose. Paul Gallen, I swear every milestone game he had, we lost.
Yeah.
You know, it's a shame for him. He really put in...
Well, we lost Luke Lewis's 300th, Chris Harrington's 300th, Wade Graham's 250th.
Probably Wade Graham's 300th.
Yeah, probably Wade Graham's 200th and 150th as well.
Yeah, I thought that was good, and he broke the banner too, which was nice to see. I didn't see Bromwich run through the banner, but you got to think the banner would have got out of the way.
Let's talk some refereeing on the weekend, because there were some controversial calls, none more so than Jack Whiten injured. Play stopped and Jack didn't have to leave the field for either a HIA or the 2-minute rule.
A little bit strange because this came in and most people thought, well, this is something that the players can stop sort of using as a way to slow the game down. That's exactly what he did.
Yeah, that referee on the Sutton brother, he's hopeless.
He wasn't much good.
Yeah, no, he is absolutely hopeless. And he stuttered and stumbled all the way through his explanation of Wade Graham, which means he had no confidence in his ruling
I don't
either.
think he knew. I think it was just one of those...
He made a mistake.
Look, it happens, and ultimately, look, it
didn't cost us.
Exactly right.
It didn't cost us, but it's just...
I know it did cost us, but...
Yeah, it's frustrating when these new rules get put into place and the referee has to stumble and lie about it. He could have just turned around and said, you know what, Wade, I forgot.
Sorry, play on. Yeah. And like you said, it didn't cost us anything, but it's one of those bugbears that'll frustrate you a week, then you forget it.
You want to talk about a bugbear for mine? Jesse Ramian got sin bin in round 1 for a high shot on Matt Duffy. And then this week we saw some situations that were worse, that weren't punished.
Absolutely. My understanding of the rule is if you create foul play and the player has to leave for HIA, you get 10 in the bin. Doesn't mean that you mean it. It just means if you high shot a bloke and he goes for HIA, you got to go for 10. How Kafusi stayed on the field is beyond me because he led to that with foul play. Yeah. You can't drop an elbow in the face, whether you mean to or not, and I have my doubts that he didn't mean it. He should have been...
the video referee turned around and said that he wasn't looking at the player when he elbowed. So all you have to do now is just take a quick glance and then look away. And
turn away, give him the 1-2, the us, and you're away. But Kepi, it came out today that was an error that he stayed on the field. I have a theory that the referee's a little gun shy now because of the backlash they got for the Ramian sin bin. Not to say he didn't deserve it, but I got the feeling that if Ronaldo didn't run in and there wasn't a scuffle after it, I don't think he would have used a sin bin.
The one that the bugbear for me was the Dallin Martinez-Zelezniak. Obviously, he hit Nathan Cleary high and was apologising to him straight away and was leant over Nathan Cleary, making sure it was all right. And the Panthers player still ran and pushed him over.
That's not on. I mean,
no. And you knew straight away he was going to get sin bin. It was a penalty, and he was going to get binned because Cleary had to go off. And it's his former teammate. He didn't mean it. Cleary just stepped in.
Look, the forwards have got to be the first ones in. You've got to pretend you protect your playmakers. But not from a guy who's leaning over saying, I'm so sorry, mate, I didn't mean that. I'm going to go hit the showers early.
Yeah, not like Kafusi who elbowed him that you want to go and start that fight. But
it's a shame we're talking about referees, but I don't think any of the decisions ultimately cost the team a game, which is nice. Fingers crossed, it'll happen this week.
Yeah. So the Latrell Mitchell sin bin.
What'd you make of it?
At the time when it happened, when Cherry Evans fell over, I was like, professional foul straight away, because Campbell Graham was in the vicinity to stop that try. Watching it on the replay, Cherry Evans got hit, knew he weren't going to get there, fell over.
Look, I have two ways of looking at this. One,
gamesmanship. Yeah.
But secondly, Latrell didn't need to put his hand out. He gave him the opportunity to draw the foul.
He should have just tackled him. If you're going to do that, just tackle him.
If you're going to get 10, put him down and make him feel it.
Yeah, look.
Again, it didn't affect.
Cherry Evans played on the situation. He took a dive because Latrell Mitchell gave him the opportunity to take a dive.
You got to earn your $10 million a year.
Yeah, that's it.
What's annoying Terry?
So Terry, what's annoying you this week? Chad Townsend missing 3 kicks.
That's what's annoying Terry. Dan, let's talk some footy from the weekend. A great round of footy considering the conditions that we had all through Sydney.
Really, really good round actually. I was quite surprised. We had years like this last year in similar weather that were atrocious to watch. We were actually talking off camera before about the quality of football. Really high.
Yeah, I mean, a high quality game. Eels 16, Storm 12. One of the best games and the players you going for a swim.
It didn't stop raining for 80 minutes.
No.
Like you get those games that rains on and off. This rained for 80 minutes.
Torrential as well.
It was
ball
good game
handling, tackling, defence, everything was great about this game.
Two quality sides,
yeah.
to be fair.
And it took a clutch moment from Mike Sevo to win the game.
Surely did literally snatch the game out of their hands, which was nice. I think we've seen the end of George Jennings is between us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just this crowd, there were only about 7,000 people there. It sounded like 17. They all out.
And that kick from Mitchell Moses couldn't have been any better.
That was perfect.
Yeah.
It's not like Jennings was going to field it and he backed back. He went to catch it. Sevo just had the momentum.
Yeah, and it wasn't the best game from Moses. He hasn't had an outstanding start to the season, but that kick,
it was
perfect.
That's why you're paying the big money. He literally
clutch.
won the game for them, and Parramatta fans still complain. Like they understand the pain of having an ordinary halfback.
Ryan Pappenhausen as well. Can't say enough about him.
He's good. He looked exhausted 20 minutes in and still made like an extra 180 metres.
Yeah,
the guy's a freak.
He's an absolute freak. He's come from nowhere. What about the Tigers? They once upon a time they had the 2 best fullbacks in the game on their books.
And they're like, nah, don't rate. Look, Tedesco they tried to keep. Pappenhausen, I swear they hadn't even heard of him. They're like, oh yeah.
I hadn't even heard of him.
His last name's too hard to spell. Let's flick him to Melbourne and kaboom.
Yeah, there you go. Warriors 16, Knights 20. Pretty sure you and I both called this. We said it was a game that the Knights were going to win, but they're going to struggle to win it.
Absolutely. This is a better game than I expected, to be honest. Newcastle probably not silence a few doubters because they haven't beaten the top quality opposition yet. But I mean, you can only beat what's in front of you, and they're sitting 2 from 2.
They've got a nice draw to start the year, so they're probably going to be 4-0 before they have to face some good sides.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if you can beat the average sides, you gain some momentum going into that.
Absolutely right.
I really like this Knights team as well. They're working hard, and the players look rejuvenated. Like Jaden Brayley had a horror injury, and he's come out probably the form number 9. Tyson Frizzell.
Different player.
Yeah, he's an absolute different player.
Different player.
And Mitch Barnett.
Yeah.
Goal kicking has added confidence to him as well.
He's a genius. I can't find a lot to dislike about this Newcastle side. And they've still got their best player to come
Mitchell
back.
Pearce is the only thing I dislike about this Knights team.
They look fair. I'm not here to argue with you, mate. But
and the Warriors look great as well. The Warriors look well coached, well conditioned. They're away from their family again. This time it looks like they're ready for it.
I think they've used it to sort of get together and use it. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck's leaving the game at the end of the season. He's leaving nothing in the tank because he was in everything the other night. Another 2 tries, just another 200 plus metres. For me, though, the player of the match, Bradman Best.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Newcastle, it got close. Give it to Bradman and follow him. He broke 2 tackles, put a guy over untouched. Genius.
Yeah. One player I thought was incredible for the Warriors was Tohu Harris.
Yeah, mate.
You can't say enough about that guy.
His re-signing's huge for that club.
Yeah, absolutely. Titans 28, Broncos 16. Broncos are never in the game.
They weren't in the game. It was closer than perhaps should have been. And they've got a couple of young good players out wide, Brisbane. But that middle got destroyed. And I'm willing to call it now. Their little brother now.
Yeah, and David Fafita, revenge game.
Didn't go back to haunt him. Every time he touched the ball, he ran over 2 or 3. Scored 2 tries and still somehow didn't get the 3 daily end points.
It's fast. It is a fast team. They played well, but he wasn't David Fafita good.
No, it wasn't David Fafita good. There weren't many that were David Fafita good.
No, is Anthony Milford's form alarming?
Oh, it's been bad for a couple of years now.
It's been bad since you called him for Origin.
Yeah, puts the mock on. Chad's going to play Origin.
Brilliant. Penrith 28, the Bulldogs 0. The Panthers conceded as many points as the Bulldogs have on the ladder. Thanks, Joshy.
That's not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. This Penrith team, Jesus, they look drilled.
They look good and they look professional. They didn't worry, and honestly, the game could still be played to now.
The Dogs would have scored a point. I thought with them losing Tamo, Tedavano, Mansour, they'd lose some go forwards, some punch off the bench, some experience and leadership. They've replaced them with young kids. They've brought in 2 Tigers rejects in Matt Eisenhuth and Paul Mirovski and got better.
Turn them into better players.
Mate, the Tigers refuse to play these guys.
It's the system. It's not the players. It is ridiculous how good they are as soon as they leave a bad system into a good one.
Yeah.
Like I said, though, the Bulldogs...
Matt Eisenhuth is pushing for a starting spot after 2 games. He's been that good off the bench for him.
He's good, and he's become super coach worthy, which I should pay attention to. Let's move on. I want to talk about it.
I'm not
good game though. The Bulldogs.
I'm not going to give the Dogs any airtime. Kyle Flanagan, geez, he needs some help.
Certainly does.
He needs some
They
help.
need more than that, Burton. Put it up.
They need a 9. They definitely need a 9. Manly 12, South 26. Souths weren't really troubled, but they were made to work for it.
Sure, if you say so.
Yeah.
I always got the feeling they were going to run up a scoreline. They did. Put it this way: if the weather was good, this is 40. I don't think South got out of first gear.
I don't think they got out of first gear as well, but Manly tried a lot harder this week than they did last week.
Tapau looked like the old Tapau.
Yeah.
And it's like someone reminded him, hey, you're the pack leader now that Fanua Bloke's not here. And I think he took it a bit personally playing so badly in game 1.
What do you think about his hair?
It's
way too long.
It is, but it's not a terrible haircut compared to Sebastian and Chris and the like.
Yeah, fair. Or like Ryan Pappenhausen's mullet. But that is some serious hair.
That flows.
It does. South look good. They're in the winner's circle now. They're the first best team in the competition according to Jamie Sowell or somewhere there and thereabouts. But whatever.
Manly are going to lose a lot of games this year. Put it that way. They look terrible. Sirenen's out for weeks. Davy's gone for the season.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
I don't like injuries. Anyway.
Yeah, a guy this late in his career finally getting a break.
So it's hard to stomach. But I'll tell you what, they're not winning many games this year.
Cowboys 18, the Dragons 25.
Ben Hunt.
It was a better game than I thought it was going to be. Yeah,
Ben Hunt.
Sounds bad.
Wow.
Ben Hunt wasn't bad against Cronulla.
No, he wasn't.
He had 2 tries. This was a perfect game.
This was the game that they signed him to play, and he was 10 out of 10. The next best player was probably about 7.5. He was so good.
I tell you what. Having a stock standard number 6 next to him who just knows his role in Corey Norman.
He gave him the world.
Yeah, say what you want about Corey Norman. When he switched on, he adds to a team.
Yeah, absolutely he does.
Yeah, he's got all the talent in the world, that guy.
Hey, McCullough.
Yeah.
He's been real good. I didn't rubbish his signing, but I didn't try and trumpet it either.
Yeah, the spine for the Dragons has been really good, and they actually got some meters out of their forwards this week.
That was good. That was the big problem last week. Vaughan went by himself. This week they went with him. Daniel Alvaro, what a pickup.
Well, yeah, good signing for them. One of the things that's hit Twitter now that I want to get your thoughts on it, but there's calls that Zach Lomax is overrated. I think he's just...
Get out.
No.
Get out.
Yeah.
The kid's young. He's going to play at Origin. He's a genius.
Yeah,
he walks into 10 sides across the NRL with ease.
Easily.
So,
Easily.
no.
Everyone will kill for a Zach Lomax.
If you're watching, stop.
We had it. Tigers 6, the Roosters 40.
Everything we said about the Tigers has come true.
Yeah. Dan, I owe you an apology. I want to put it on the camera for the world to see. I was wrong about BJ Leilua when he said he was the best center in the competition. He's now the worst.
Mate, talk about putting a target on yourself.
I'd have Ben Pomeroy over him.
It's not a bad shout. Look, to be honest, that Roosters right edge is going to blow some teams off the park this year. But the Tigers left edge, atrocious. Shouldn't have turned up. Honestly, well, BJ didn't.
Yeah, the worst part about that is that Luciano Leilua actually has a little bit of talent, but he's just getting destroyed.
They got to get him away from his brother. They got to get him.
He was on the right edge last year, and he was quite good. Get
him away from that edge because
put him in the middle.
Tackle, and either can BJ. There were times where they were through, and Brooks gave chase, and Leilua was looking into the crowd.
Yeah, it was awful. Absolutely awful, and then everyone was like coming up patting him on the head, as if to say, "Oh, you've done it again."
Better enough, next time.
Brett Morris, first player in over 100 years to start the season off with back-to-back hat-tricks.
Pretty good. Again, the opposition hasn't been incredible. You can only beat what's in front of you, and they beat them.
Yeah, they're beating them really well. Luke Keary, man of the match,
genius, best player on the field
by far.
Look, Morris scored 3 tries, and tries are important when it comes to rugby league.
Yeah.
But you're not getting there if Kiri's not putting you through gaps.
Yeah.
4 try assists.
And I mean, if we're talking about wingers getting hat tricks, then Michael Robertson was ripped off from the 2008 Clive Churchill medal.
That's it. It's not all.
And that's how petty I am that Michael Robertson didn't get that medal.
There you go.
He was ripped off. Sharks 10, Raiders 12, goal kicking, and Cronulla. It comes back.
We can't beat a top 8 side. It just doesn't happen.
It's not even about beating a top 8 side. How many times have we been in positions to win games and goal kicking lets us down? It happened against the Raiders 2 years ago.
Look, Cronulla find a way to lose games. I was impressed with their defence. Last year, that's 40. Last year, that's 40. We're not in the game by half time. What I want to say is, though, Chad Townsend's confidence was obviously down after missing 2 kicks. The penalty goes with a minute to go.
Minute 20.
What are you doing?
My first thought at that point there, right on the sideline, and he'd missed an easy kick and he'd also missed one from right in front, was we had to tap and go. But if we're adamant that we're taking the shot to tie the game and go to goal, we're not giving the ball to Matt Moylan.
Absolutely, all day, every day.
Or Josh Dugan.
For the record, I'm tapping and going because it only puts it into golden point. And
we're probably going to lose anyway.
Spot on. Just want to give a shout out to Matt Moylan, who attempted a 60-metre drop goal and almost cleared the halfway line.
Terrible. Cost himself some Supercoach points.
Wasn't good.
Dan, it's time for show us your tips.
Speed round, Terry.
Let's go. Penrith versus Melbourne at Penrith, depending on Nathan Cleary playing or not. I'm still going to pick Penrith anyway.
Cleary's in, Penrith. Cleary's out, Storm.
Yeah. Dragons Manly. This isn't going to be as bad as we think it's going to be. I still think the Dragons are going to win this game.
Red V for me. 2 each. Well, look at us. We usually disagree.
Bunnies versus the Roosters. It's hard to go past the Roosters in the form they're in.
It is. I'm going to go South because
good.
62-0 last time or whatever it was. 62-4. The hangover's real.
Yeah, the hangover is real. Raiders versus Warriors down at GIO Stadium. Green Machine.
Yeah, I think in Canberra too. They looked good the other night, despite putting us away.
Yeah, conditions though.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be 4 below 0.
Yeah. Broncos versus Dogs in a battle of the Spoon Bowl early season. Surely the Kevolution kicks off.
They should beat the Bulldogs. Let's put it that way. I'm going to tip the Bronx.
Yeah.
Feeling confident.
Yeah, I'm picking the Kevolution.
You just like saying Kevolution.
I do. I'm all in.
Right.
I'm all in. They're losers, but I'm all in. Eels versus Sharks at Bankwest Stadium. Depending on what Cronulla turns up, I am actually going to tip against them for the first time this year and pick the Eels.
Look, I'm tipping the Eels too. They're hard to beat out there. I'm expecting our bench to look a bit different though, just quietly. Yeah. Although again, this will be out after TMS Tuesday, and we're going to look like geniuses.
Sunday afternoon.
Newcastle.
It's Newcastle. I'm tipping Newcastle.
That's what I said, Newcastle.
And to finish off the round, a second game in the 4X Cup, the Cowboys versus the Titans. Titans for me.
The Titans for me, but I'm expecting the Cowboys to put up a bit of a fight.
I'm not.
No, there you go.
Hey guys, thanks for watching another episode of League Outlaws. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Punktured Media. League Outlaws as well. Trash us in the comments.
Get some free stuff.
Yeah, we really enjoy it. We're sending out our first prize pack, this glorious t-shirt, the stubby holders. We got some stickers as well. And as always,
Rugby League, baby.
We'll see you next week.